At $3 to $5 million, you have nothing. Put your head down and grind.
Yeah, dude, because here's the thing. If you had a business that was ready to be sold with all those processes, you would never be asking you that question, right? Because you have the experience. And again, it's not knocking anybody, but the facts are you do have to put in the work. And the other thing that you do need to do is put yourself around people that are doing better than you, because you can learn stuff from them. And I'll tell you, my experience with anybody, just about my experience with people in the trades, is they're willing to tell you what they're doing.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Dude, I didn't
you
know.
Gotta ask.
You said something really cool. Like people that know that, people that have something like a sellable company, I have a really good they don't know it. Like I didn't know NexGen was going to be like for sale and it was going to get this much fucking money, because I was so focused on grinding. I was so focused on, hey, like Ken Goodrich would come in, Ken Haynes would come in, Leland, everybody would come into NexGen and they would look at it and they would say, well, you need to work on this. And fucking as soon as that sentence ended, we were already working on it. I'll give you a perfect example. Ken Goodrich came in 2019 and my company wasn't doing that good. It was doing okay. It was needed a little bit of structure. And he looks at me and he goes, dude, you're still the company. Like you're running the whole company. You're taking phone calls from technician, installer, sales guy. He's like, you need to build a management system that makes decisions for you. Dude, as soon as he left that day, I looked at myself and I'm like, he's fucking right. He's not answering phone calls for installers and technicians and sales guys and role playing it, doing all that shit. He's walking around seeing exactly what the system needs, right? He's walking around exactly what the system, and he implements it. So as soon as he left, I'm like, fuck, I got to start building a management system. So we built it. You know what I'm saying?
100%, dude. 100%. And it's one of the hardest things, I think, as a business owner that we have to do is delegate responsibilities, especially if it's your baby, right? This is your baby. It's your baby. It's really hard to say, I'm going to let somebody handle these really important things because you're afraid that what could go sideways, right? We've heard of the stories. But the fact is, you got to vet people the right way. You've got to find out what they're like. You got to do your damn homework.
Yeah, it goes back to putting your head down and grinding, man. Honestly, like I want this podcast to be around the fucking work that it takes and not just the prizes that everybody sees, all the fucking exotic cars that I have now and all the fucking shit that I got going on. Like they see that. They didn't see the 7 years of nobody knew who the fuck I was. I was just fucking grinding. I didn't do no podcast. I wasn't on Facebook. I wasn't telling anybody what I was doing. I was with my head down, focused on what the business needed. And I was fucking calling everybody in the industry. If I found out that there was a $50 million company in Boston, Massachusetts, whatever the name was, I would find out, I'd pick up the phone, I would call them and I'd tell them, hey, my name's Ismael. I own a small company in Southern California and I want to learn what I heard you guys are doing 50 million. Can I fly over there and spend some? Dude, I would do that shit every fucking day nonstop. You know what I'm saying? So I want this podcast to be about the grind though, about putting in the fucking work, right? And then being able to enjoy. Don't lose the patience, man.
100%. So if let's just say somebody, they're a couple of years in the business, 4, 5, 10 million, whatever. And maybe they are grinding, right? They don't have time, right? We hear this a lot. They don't have time because they ultimately put themselves in a position not to have time. And look, we've all been through it. I'm not knocking that person, but how could somebody that's super busy, they're really tied, right? They're tied to the business. They really can't leave.
Yep.
How would you suggest, or where would you suggest them go to connect with some of these people? What would be the easiest way?
Look, the easiest way is social media, guys. I know you guys are like, I've had people DM me, dude. I probably have no bullshit 30 to 50,000 DMs on my fucking Facebook of people like always asking me questions. And you know what? I fucking answer every single one of those DMs. Okay. So the easiest way to do it, man, is go on social media. There's pretty dope ass groups out there that people have. Like ServiceTime has a dope ass group. I have my Service Avengers group that I mentor people on. There's some pretty dope ass groups out there that if you want quick answers of, hey, I'm at $3 million. I'm still running sales calls. What should I do next?